Hello everyone, welcome back to the Geek Blend. I am Jeff, and welcome back to our newest series, Prime Picks, where we give you recommendations for Amazon Prime Video. This will be our second episode. This series will be released every Friday, so make sure you have the bell for notifications turned on so you can get updates when we release the new episodes. And now on to this week's recommendations. The first series this week from Prime Picks is 30 Rock. It stars Tina Fey and Alec Baldwin. Based more than loosely on backstage shenanigans at Saturday Night Live, 30 Rock centers on young Liz Lemon, currently head writer for a live sketch comedy show in New York. Complications follow when the network's new president orders Liz to hire mentally unstable movie star Tracy Jordan to join the cast, throwing neurotic leading lady and Liz's best friends, Jenna Maroney, into a tizzy. Liz tries to juggle all the egos around her while trying to chase her own dream. All seasons are now streaming and one of this week's Prime Picks. Our second series recommendation this week is The Boys. This is an Amazon original. Based on the comic series of the same name, The Boys is a different and unique take on the superhero genre. I have seen this and I highly recommend it. Superheroes are often as popular as celebrities, as influential as politicians, and sometimes even as revered as gods. But that's when they're using their powers for good. What happens when the heroes go rogue and start abusing their powers? When it's the powerless against the super powerful, the boys head out on a heroic quest to expose the truth about the Seven and Vought, the multi-billion-dollar conglomerate that manages the superheroes and covers up their dirty secrets. The show has been picked up for a second season, and it should debut later this year. The first season is now streaming and one of this week's Prime Picks. And that brings us to our first movie recommendation this week, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. This fantastic 80s comedy stars Steve Martin and the late great John Candy. This is a must-watch comedy. I absolutely cannot recommend it enough. Easily excitable Neil Page is somewhat of a control freak. Trying to get home to Chicago to spend Thanksgiving with his wife and kids, his flight is rerouted to a distant city in Kansas because of a freak snowstorm, and his sanity begins to fray. Worse yet, he is forced to bunk up with talkative Del Griffith, whom he finds extremely annoying. Together they must overcome the insanity of holiday travel to reach their intended destination. Again, I cannot recommend this movie enough. It's one of my favorite comedies and one of my favorite John Candy movies. It is now streaming and one of this week's Prime Picks. And that leads us to our final movie recommendation of the week, Mission Impossible Fallout. The movie stars Tom Cruise and Henry Cavill. The Mission Impossible series has been one of the best franchises in movie history. It stays consistently good, and each one seems to be better than the last. This is a personal recommendation. Ethan Hunt and the IMF team join forces with CIA assassin August Walker to prevent a disaster of epic proportions. Arms dealer John Lark and a group of terrorists known as the Apostles plan to use 3 plutonium cores for a simultaneous nuclear attack on the Vatican, Jerusalem, and Mecca, Saudi Arabia. When the weapons go missing, Ethan and his crew find themselves in a desperate race against time to prevent them from falling into the wrong hands. It is currently streaming, and our last movie for this week's episode of Prime Picks. I hope you all are enjoying these recommendation series. I will be doing a Hulu version of this, and it will be coming out on Monday. So Monday will be the Hulu, Wednesday will be the Netflix recommendations, and Friday will be Amazon Prime Video recommendations. Thank you all for your support in this series. Hopefully you're finding something to watch while you're stuck inside during this quarantine. I would really like this series to catch on. So everybody watching who's enjoying this, if you wouldn't mind sharing this video, we really appreciate that. It really does help the channel. And I think this video series could do a lot of people good because I do see a lot of people posting on social media asking for recommendations for Hulu or Netflix or even Amazon Prime or other streaming platforms. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. We do appreciate that. It does help out. And hit that subscribe button if you'd like to see more. And hit the bell for notifications so you can stay up to date on everything we release here on the Geek Blend, including all these new episodes of Prime Picks. I really enjoy doing these, so I do hope they continue to grow. Again, thank you all for your support, and thank you for watching. I'm Jeff for the Geek Blend. Remember, if you geek about it, we speak about it. We'll see you guys next time. Have a great weekend. Bye.